Playing normal chess is kind of boring, so I found the most difficult chess variants on the internet, and I'm going to be trying to beat every single one. But finding these variants was the easy part. Actually winning a game in one of these is a lot more complicated.
Oh my days. My queen was literally...
There are 8 variants that I need to beat, and I'm going to start off with the easiest one, chess roulette, where every piece you move has a 1 in 6 chance of getting murdered. And for this challenge, I was playing against the king of chess variants, I want checkmate. My goal for every variant in this video was just to win one game, but so far for this match, things were going pretty normal.
I love that we're just resorting to normal, just chess theory.
Until the first couple pieces got executed violently.
I mean, it's a pretty drastic... Oh boy, okay.
Okay, that was an equal trade. I don't know, I'm just good. Okay.
Nice.
At least I opened up my rook, all part of the plan.
This was definitely not part of the plan, and now I was just down a pawn. But since only 5 pieces maximum could be randomly killed, represented by these bullets, a pawn was actually a good piece to be sacrificed. I want checkmate, however, was not having as good luck as me.
Everybody's gonna get one developing move, and if they get blown up, then they weren't worthy of it. Alright. Fair enough.
Piece is not worthy of it.
Now, I was technically just up a bishop, but after a few more moves, I became a little bit too overconfident in my luck.
Alright, now since my rook is on the open file, I can take this, I think.
Oh, you can. Oh, shoot.
After seeing my rook violently meet his maker, I want checkmate actually locked in with a 200 IQ strategy.
Yeah, 1 in 6 is just kind of high. I don't know, my instinct here is to kind of wait around a little bit, I'm gonna be honest.
His plan was to just move his king back and forth here, and since the king could be randomly killed, he could just keep doing that until all my pieces were randomly exterminated.
Oh, I just need this piece not to die and we'll be good. Oh my goodness gracious.
Even though my knight had died, I still had hope in my kingside attack, but I needed to bring in my queen, and I needed it not to die.
Okay, yeah. Nice.
Oh, there you go.
I thought I could cook up a decent kingside attack over here, but my lack of material and fear of moving my major pieces prevented me. So after trading off a lot of pieces, I was just down a rook. But I could still get lucky if none of my important pieces exploded and I want checkmate lost his queen or his rooks. The only problem was it was my turn and I had to move my queen.
Oh my god, nothing has happened for like the better part of 5 minutes. They're waiting for us to move our queens.
Alright, I'm just gonna... Oh my goodness gracious.
I told you.
And after such a devastating loss, I had no chance of coming back and was pretty quickly checkmated.
Alright, first game I lost.
I still had to beat I want checkmate in this variant to move on, and I think the game knew this because in our next match I was absolutely blessed by this website.
Oh my.
Even though I was surprised, losing a pawn on the first move to a random death was actually the best case scenario, because now there were only 4 more bullets left that can kill me, and these wouldn't be there very much longer.
Whoa.
Oh boy,
okay.
This guy.
And for the next 3 moves in a row, all of my pieces died.
Oh my god.
There's no way, dude.
Now, none of my pieces could randomly die, and I could just play normally. But I want checkmate still had 4 bullets left, which meant if he wanted to move any major pieces, he would have to risk them being randomly killed.
Maybe I just take this and hope when you take back it blows up.
Oh, that's a good point.
Nice,
well.
okay, perfect. All part of the plan. Now I can just take this.
Now the problem is I still have a bullet in the chamber that I need to get rid of like now.
And now I was up in material, and I want checkmate still had 1 random death left. I was hoping one of his rooks would die, giving me an easy victory, but it ended up just being a pawn.
Alright, so as long as I don't completely blunder, we should be good.
Now I was just in a winning endgame, and even though I want checkmate almost got a stalemate.
If I go here, you have a stalemate option.
Wait, what? What is stalemate?
I was still able to lock in and get the victory.
Okay, good game.
Good game.
I want checkmate plays a bunch of cool variants like these and is almost at 100,000 subscribers, so go subscribe to him to get him there. I actually found most of the variants in this video from his channel, but that was just the easiest of the chess variants we had to beat, because next up was hyper chess. In this variant there are no turns, but you have a 4-move elixir bar which regenerates after every move. If the front of your chess piece hits another piece, you capture it, and if they both hit each other, they both die, and you can even kill your own pieces for some reason. Alright, here we go. Our first game of my entire lifetime. So I'm pretty sure you could just start moving whenever you want. As you can see, I clearly had no idea what was going on. And you get like a certain amount of mana, so it's like Clash Royale kind of.
What?
Luckily for me though, my opponent seemed kind of bad because he was doing some weird things over here with his queen. Yes, we got his queen. Wait, we actually might win our first game. As always though, I became way too overconfident after getting the upper hand and proceeded to lose every single one of my pieces. We're gonna go here. Uh-oh, he's gonna take my queen. Wait, I only have my king alive, but maybe I can make a comeback. I could, in fact, not come back. Alright, I got absolutely violently violated at high velocity. Okay, I think the strategy is pawns intercept pieces with like a super speed for some reason, and pawns can take back there. And even though this variant seemed pretty hard, it was nothing to what was coming up later on in the video. Anyways, in my second game, I plan to utilize my pawns more since they could take diagonally way faster than they can move forward, and could catch people off guard. And in this next game, I was actually locked in. Okay, so I think this is the strategy. We go boom, boom. Never mind, I just killed my own piece.
Okay, I gotta stop doing that. I just killed my own piece.
Yeah, okay, maybe I wasn't a pro at this variant just yet, and even though I was doing my pawn strategy, I wasn't keeping track of my move bar. And this allowed my opponent to absolutely radicalize my position with his pawn.
Uh-oh. Oh my gosh.
I had wasted all of my moves and could literally do nothing to stop this pawn from taking my queen and promoting.
I can't move.
My king was literally one space away from being captured, and I needed to move it as soon as I regained a move. I was literally on life support, one move away from destruction, and if I made just one misclick, I would be dead.
Oh my god. This game is a scam.
But for the next game, I had an actual plan.
I need to stop wasting every single move I own, and also not kill my own pieces, and I should be good.
And with this plan of saving my moves and waiting for the right opportunities, I was actually becoming a pro at this game.
Boom, we just got his bishop. Okay, we got his knight, nice. Okay, we got his pawn. Our queen's doing a lot of work here.
And it wasn't long before my opponent blundered the game away.
Oh! What can I say? What can I say? I'm the pro. I just got 100 USD American dollar bills. Anyways, we beat this chess variant. This guy really wants free Robux.
And even though that variant was pretty challenging, it was nothing compared to the next variant, dice chess, where each turn you roll 3 dice, which determines what 3 pieces you can move on that turn. So it's basically like gambling, but in chess.
So let's just join a random game here and see what we get. Oh.
Since I got bishop, queen, queen, I could literally not move any pieces, and had to basically forfeit a turn. And I was still trying to figure out what this variant was even all about.
I don't even know if there's any strategy involved or if it's all luck, but like I only have literally one move here.
And I think this game was discriminating against me because my opponent was getting amazing rolls, and there was literally nothing I could do about being aggressively cyberbullied.
I have king. I only have one move for my king. That's just sad. And now I have 2 queen moves. This is terrible. Oh my days. I just lost the game.
Woo! The next game I tried to lock in, but the website actually just wanted me to lose because things weren't starting off too well.
Alright, my knight just died. Cool.
But even though things started off pretty bad, I was able to survive and slowly start gaining back my lost material.
I did get pawn. Nice. Okay. Pawn, rook, then king. We're not doing too terribly here.
And even though nobody believed in me and I had lost again and again and again and the lights were cut off, I knew it wasn't over until I won.
Wait, we get 2 knight moves, so we could go bing, chilling. His king is in check. Wait, next move if I get a knight move? Or just win the game. We need a knight move, please. Yes. What can I say? I'm a natural at gambling. I'm a gambling pro.
And even though that variant was pretty difficult, the next one was one of the most infamous variants out there, drawback chess. And many famous people have actually played this variant before, just like many famous people have used chessreps.com, the sponsor of this video, but more on that later. Because in drawback chess, you and your opponent get a random disability. They can range from easy ones like you can only move your king once, to something more difficult like you have 5 minutes to live in real life. But anyways, this was the drawback I got for this game.
Okay, after the first 12 moves of the game, you can't move your knights or bishops. Okay, this is a super bad drawback. So I guess the goal would be to trade them off as early as possible.
My plan was good in theory because if I traded off my knights and bishops, I would technically just not have a drawback. And while I try to trade off my pieces, if you've ever wanted to learn a new chess opening, you need to go to chessreps.com. They offer a number of very strong openings which you can choose from, and exercises to help you learn openings as quickly as possible. I even host my own opening course on their website. But going back to my chess game, trading off my knights and bishops was actually way harder than I had anticipated, and I actually only ended up trading off one piece before my knights and bishops could no longer move.
Oh no, we have 1 move left. I kind of forgot about. Okay, now I can't move my knights or bishops. That's not good.
But I still didn't know what drawback my opponent had, so there was still hope for me to win.
And at the end of the game, we will see this guy's drawback. So we'll see. Oh, whoa, what? He gives me a free queen.
Now that I was simply up a queen, I just had to convert this position to a checkmate. And while I work on that, you can literally learn a new opening on chessreps.com in as quick as 10 minutes. They have some of the best exercises to help you memorize the openings that you learned and get you used to playing them on an actual board so that when you play them in a real game, you won't be confused on what to do. So if you want to learn any openings, you need to go to chessreps.com, which clearly my opponent didn't do because he was being absolutely destroyed in this game.
And that's close to checkmate. Oh, he just took my rook for some reason. And there we go, we get the win. So my opponent couldn't make any moves that placed a piece farther away from my king than it started.
My opponent got possibly one of the worst drawbacks, which only allowed him to move his pieces towards my king. So I basically just got really lucky.
But we beat this opponent and we beat this chess variant.
But if you thought that variant was unique, this next one was like nothing I've ever seen before. Beyond the Board, an insane variant where you have to use your rook to solve puzzles and get past levels until you reach the end of the game.
Okay, so I think our goal is just to checkmate this king, and we can do so by going here. Alright, my pieces just got like illegally abducted, but I think we just captured this king.
The goal was to capture the opponent's king, and after going through some inspirational animations, I made it to the first puzzle.
Okay, so
The first level was pretty easy. You just step on this red button to pass to the other side. And that was basically the entire first level, just stepping on red buttons to move forward.
Oh, wait. Alright, amazing.
Next up though, we had to get past level 2, where again you had to step on these red buttons. In this one I had to make stairs appear out of the wall and then go up them. And stage 2 of that level was also similar but a lot harder. And this took me a little while to figure out, because after every move one of the pillars would go back down, so I had to figure out the right combination of buttons to step on to move forward.
Okay, so now there's 3 paths we could take. Alright, let's try and go for this one since there is a black piece there.
Here I was pretty sure I needed to capture this rook, but I didn't know how, because every time I tried, he would just move away.
Alright, I don't think we're ever gonna catch this guy.
Now, you guys looking at this probably already know the solution to this puzzle, but it took me a long time to figure this out.
We can't take the rook, like it keeps on just moving away from us. And why is there this square here? Do we have to push this guy into it? We do, now he's trapped, we could take it. Oh, that's ingenious.
After that, the game basically combined the concept of trading pieces and pressing buttons together, and I was able to solve the next few puzzles fairly easily.
Okay, we're gonna push him to the end of this. Boom. Now we press the button. Boom. Now we take the king. Bing.
500,000 million IQ. Next level. And I was trying to figure out how to finish this level when this happened.
See what this red lever does.
Whoa. What? I just got lasered. It turns out you only have 4 moves until this king shoots a laser at you. And I was trying to use these walls here for cover, but I was still losing.
Like what?
But then I saw this red button, which when pressed would move the king onto an isolated square, and this allowed me to beat this level. We beat it! That was the most unique variant I've ever seen. But next up was one of the most infuriating variants of all time, troll chess. You guys told me many times that I should play this variant, and you guys have also told me to give you advice on getting better at chess. So real quick, I made a school community where I teach you guys how I went from 1400 to 2000 elo in only a week, and how you can do the exact same thing as well. People have already started to see huge improvements in their first few days. So if you are interested, click the first link in the description to check it out. But anyways, in this variant, you have to win a game of chess against this troll. The only thing is, there's this book of rules. And if you cheat by breaking one of these rules, you basically lose the game instantly. If the troll cheats, however, and you catch him breaking a rule, you can cheat in your next turn and basically do whatever move you want. The only problem is that these rules are very strange. Like, you can move bishops outside of the board, your pawns can go in any direction, and if you capture a piece with your queen, this happens. And starting things off, I had no plan whatsoever.
Alright, here we go. Let's just try to win this game as early as possible. So I'm just gonna go for the 4-move checkmate, see what happens. What was that? What? Okay, so we just lost the game. Alright, pretty cool. Okay, so for some reason, pawns can only move 1 square at a time.
We were not off to a good start, but in this next game, I was doing pretty well and was able to threaten my opponent's king with my queen.
Now we're just gonna bring our queen out. Let's put the king in check and see what happens. Wait, so I can just take the king, and I win, right? I just won the game. What? Oh, I can't capture the opponent's king with my queen. Oh my goodness gracious.
I'm pretty sure this variant is just meant to rage bait people, because whenever I tried to do anything out of the ordinary, I would just lose.
Okay. Now we can castle that.
And just as I was beginning to give up on any hopes of winning, the troll cheated.
Whoa.
Why? Okay, he just moved my horse, so now I'm gonna press space to accuse. Okay, now I may cheat this turn. Okay, this guy cheated, so I can just like boom and like capture his king with my knight. Boom. Easy win.
Whoa, hey.
Yeah, so apparently this troll has some superhuman abilities, and in order to capture the king, I need to capture every single other one of his pieces first. I didn't know this yet and tried to accuse the troll of cheating again, but failed, and lost the game. I think the meta for this variant is actually just learning all of the rules in this book, because after like 30 minutes of being absolutely abused by this troll, I finally made it to an endgame where my opponent's king was the only piece left and all I had to do was capture it. And then look at this, clearly the troll moved my queen. I did not do that move. And this disobeyed a clear rule stating that you can only move your own colored pieces. So I accused the troll of cheating. And oh my days. That my queen was this troll literally changed the rules and made me lose the game. But the next game I now knew all the rules and would only accuse the troll of cheating if absolutely necessary. And with this new plan I was able to make it to the end game where the troll again had no pieces and I just had to capture his king. Now he has no pieces. This guy's about to be checkmated though, that's what I know. Now we can capture. Boom, we have to win. I think we just won.
And we take the victory royale. That was literally the most painful experience of my entire lifetime.
But even though that variant was complicated, it was nothing compared to the next one, Chess Ultimate. A variant where you have a certain amount of points to set up your starting position, and you can set it up however you like. The only thing is, this variant introduces so many more pieces into the game of chess. Like the Berserker, where every time it takes a piece, it gains another square of range. This Sniper, who just snipes pieces from all the way across the map, and this Pink Dude, who just destroys people's hopes and dreams for the world. But starting things off, I already had what I thought was a masterful plan.
Alright, I'm just gonna literally spend every single one of my points on knights and see what happens. I do have a queen though, just because I feel like I need it. Let's see if this strategy works. I only need to win one game. Oh my goodness gracious, what is this piece? Alright, he has some advanced pieces here, but we're just gonna stick with our knight strategy.
I kind of had no idea what all these pieces did, so in my first match, I didn't last too long.
What just happened? Wait, we can take... How did I get checkmated? I could literally take it. Wait, extra life?
After being violently beaten, I decided to learn what all these pieces actually did and completed the tutorials for every single variant piece.
Alright, now we understand every piece.
And now that I apparently understood every piece, it was now time to go into an actual game. And I kept the same setup as before because I thought it was kind of funny. But things weren't starting off too well because the Sniper was a long range piece and could just kill off all my knights with no repercussions. However, I was able to bring in one of my knights and get this good tactic.
Okay, now we can go here. We get this little fork, attacking the queen and attacking the sniper.
Even though my opponent may have had the pay to win pieces, my knights were just too overpowered, and slowly but surely I was able to take out my opponent's pieces until he couldn't take this emotional roller coaster any longer.
Let's go here, we can threaten this fork again. We have a lot more knights, and this is what I like about having so many knights, that they just can protect each other so... Oh, and he resigned!
I think I just got lucky in that game, to be honest, but just like that, I had beaten all of the most difficult variants on the internet. And again, if you want to improve your openings, go to chessreps.com, and if you want to improve your rating as quickly as possible, check out my community where I teach my opening I used to get to 2000 elo in just 1 week, and people are already seeing vast improvements in just the first few days of joining.